So I call up the Dank recovery number, and it's some hotline, and eventually I got this guy on the phone, and he's like, yeah, I'll come on your podcast, whatever. And it's Tim from Dank Recovery, and his memes have carried the Dopey podcast Instagram. We've gone on the shoulders of greatness here. I take his memes and I infuse our stupid Instagram with his good stuff. So I'm incredibly proud to have made a new friend in Tim. And here he is, Tim from fucking Dank Recovery Memes. And if you guys are not following Dank Recovery Memes, you should take out your phone and follow it now because it's fucking amazing.
Thank you so much. What an honor and a privilege to be a part of this. We need someone on the other side.
Hold on, wait. Let's do what you meant to. 1, 2, 3.
Where do I press to go?
It's even worse.
One
more time. We got it.
1, 2. Oh yeah, let's try curling. Tim, I'm sorry.
There. We did it.
Yay! What an honor and a privilege to be a part of this. Dopey is amazing. And when I found out about the podcast, I'm like, just naturally, it's a good fit. You know, we're doing the same stuff. Bringing light to an extremely dark topic. So, and it's cool to see all the people here I've met. I brought my whole team with me of guys from other pages. Bill Wilson, though, guys are here. Relapse Row is here. Just 90% of the stuff I post lately has been their stuff. These guys are killing it and they're hilarious. So I guess we should just get started. I just click this and go. This is the first fucking time in my entire life I've been asked to do a meme presentation. Okay. And I told my team to laugh at all my jokes just in case you guys don't. So, okay, let's go. Oh wait, how do I pause it?
I don't know.
Oh wait, okay, so I want everyone who knows the words of this song to sing along, okay?
Motherfuck, noise. 1, 2, 3, 4, noise. Smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers, rolling baddies, smoking blunts, you smoke blunts, you smoke blunts, rolling blunts and sweet.
Let me get a nickel back.
$15, little man, put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you owe me, my jungle, yeah, I think I wanna know ya, yeah, what?
Okay. I just want to know if the statistics I have made up are correct. How many of you were prescribed Suboxone and knew the words? Okay.
That was a tweaker. I was
On that movie, Jay says at one point, he busts open a piece of glass and he says, this shit fucks you up like Percocet and shit. So the first time I was prescribed Percocet, I was like, oh, hell yeah, that shit that Jay and Silent Bob had. And that started the love affair with opiates. Okay, so you can just read that. Just stop using. Addiction rate plummets. Oh my God, why didn't we think of this? This was like a huge problem for me even getting clean in the first place, is I was thinking, I just suck as a human being. I just need to stop and I can't. And it took me a long time to realize that whether you believe it's a disease or not, this is something that requires some serious help, and it's cool that there's places like this where people can get it. Okay. I'm not like one of those people that harps on cultural appropriation. But like, dear God, do you know what a dream catcher is for? Like hanging from your rearview mirror, it's like, do you plan on nodding out while you're driving? You know? Well, at least you won't have a nightmare right before you swerve into oncoming traffic and kill a family of 6 people, including their 6-month-old baby daughter. So. So our page has a number of editors. One of them is my friend Noah. That's his handle there. And yeah, that's how it was at the end for me. And thank God that it didn't happen like that. Yeah, just got to let the memes do their work. But one of the worst parts of being a drug addict, like when I was in active addiction, would be randomly running into a high school friend who is doing really good, you know? Like, hey, man, how's it going? Oh, it's going great, man. I just got my master's degree. I just got married. I have a couple kids. You see the truck over there? It's my truck with the boat behind it. Yeah, man, life's going great. What about you, Tim? If I told you, I'd have to kill you. And then casually act like I'm getting into a nice vehicle and then sneak into my grandmother's 88 Chevy Corsica. So, and then on a lot of resumes, I had to really embellish shit. You know, I always said that I was in sales. So. It's crazy how much of my addiction took place in McDonald's. Like, an insane amount. If you get this one, you probably have experience shooting up opiates. Shout out to Bill Wilson, though, who's in the room. They made this one. You know, I heard a doctor say that, when you're an addict, drugs and alcohol are a solution that almost works, and you can never get enough of something that almost works. And so, at one point, drugs were doing it for me, and at the very end, it was like I just used to feel normal. I never got high anymore, So, and I feel like this meme captures that in a very funny way. So. This meme is suggesting that 9/11 was an inside job. And my recovery is an inside job. So how about that? I was scared to do this one, actually. I'm in New York. Too soon? Okay. One of our editors, Jenny, made this one. It speaks for itself. The disease of addiction always gets worse. That happened in treatment. The guys are like, Tim, we want to go get high. Do you want to get some drugs? And I said, no way. And then I was like, how are we going to get away with it? So it's like, don't do it. Extra don't hold the do it. Or, whatever. It's like the worst to argue with people about who did more drugs. And some people get like really upset if you did more than them. So. And I always did the most, so. and there's like kind of a backstory to this, because it's like I'm deep in the grip of a worsening fentanyl addiction. You see, when I'm using heroin, I start off with the McDouble sandwich. So if you see me eat a McChicken, that means I've had so many fucking McDoubles that I've moved on to the McChicken sandwich. Things are getting really bad at this point. Shout out to my boy Adam on that one. The coolest part about running Dank Recovery is that it has really turned into a community. There's lots of people that make memes, and we share each other's memes and give each other shout outs, and it has become a very beautiful thing. And when I first started the page, I was about 2.5 years sober, and my brother had just been killed in a drunk driving accident. And I had a really dark sense of humor, and I only had a couple people that I could share that with. And I got invited to a meme group full of people in recovery, and like my thought process up until that point was people in recovery shouldn't act like that, or that was what was expected of them. And I started making memes and posting them, and I started to realize that more and more people were relating to the dark side of recovery and recovery humor, and being inappropriate about it. And one of the coolest parts about it is that people that are completely broken and ready to kill themselves and they need help, they reach out to a meme page and ask for help to get sober. And I guess it's just, they feel like it's one thing to hear someone's story and hear about how they recovered, and it's another thing it like shows them you recovered when you can laugh about this stuff and not carry around that pain. So. Honestly, it drives me insane when people tell me how many times they died. When a living human being tells me that they have died. Like, show some respect to people who actually have paid the ultimate price. You are not dead. This is exactly how I see them. I was murdered. Oh, there's a lot of information here. Honestly, the bullet points are actually accurate. Like, don't use alone, carry overdose reversal kit like Narcan, test for imperfections, consider medically assisted treatment. But I wanted to play on some of the myths about it too. But the first one, don't use alone. Choose using friends that are a lot worse off than you. This will help you feel better about yourself and less bad if they overdose. It's said in recovery that addicts seek out people who are worse off than they are. It makes you feel better about yourself to have, So when I was using, my only friend at the very end was this 40-plus-year-old crackhead. And we would drive around, and he would steal shit, and I would return it. And that was the extent of our relationship. And I'm like, when I hear about we seek out lower people than us, like, that was my guy. And I remember my very last New Year's Eve using, I was watching the ball drop on TV, Times Square. Everyone looks so happy. They're having the time of their lives. And I'm sitting there with this crackhead fucking miserable, wanting to kill myself. And the next day I woke up and the crackhead said to me, "Tim, I can't hang out with you anymore, man. You're too fucked up." And I'm like, damn, I was the lower company. Ain't that some shit? And we've made plenty of memes about using Crispy McDonald's Sprite to overdose or reverse an overdose. And you see videos of people overdosing and people are like pouring milk in their mouth. Like, he needs some milk. Pour some milk in his mouth. That does not work to reverse an overdose. Anyway. Someone sent this to me. They said their friend posted this on their Snapchat story. And like, I think it's hilarious, but I think it's even more like, you look at this opioid crisis and this is just like some regular everyday stuff, you know? Babe's first overdose, look, let's get one for the gram and Snapchat. I will never go in the bathroom without my cell phone unless I'm shooting up drugs. And then you get sober and you do service work. This is just what you do. They miss some though. And if you are in recovery, do not get a recovery tattoo. Or do, I don't care. But I will make a meme about it if I see it. Oh, and that's it.
Great. Thank you. All right. Well, I want to say, first of all, thank you, Tim. Let's hear it for Tim.